guys, this is the Gaming Revolution here, and welcome back to an all-new Call of Duty World War II Zombies The Final REICH video. Within today's video, I have a full Easter egg guide for the fireworks achievement, which is in the Final REICH, retrieve the artifacts. Now, if you're unaware, there are two Easter egg achievements within the Final REICH. There is fireworks, but there's also one called Dark Reunion in the Final REICH, Save Klaus. This video will just be showing you how to complete the fireworks Easter egg achievements. So basically, once you complete the fireworks Easter egg achievements, you will get a boss fight and you will get a cutscene. However, there's going to be a continuation to this Easter egg in which you then have to go ahead and save Klaus, and I will have another video on my channel at some point showing you how to do the rest of the Easter egg, but this video is just going to be showing you the fireworks achievement. Now, this quest is very self-explanatory. That's why it's taken us so quick to complete, because all of these steps are literally told to us pretty much by the commentator. But as he said, it's still not complete. We still have the Dark Reunion trophy to go ahead and complete, which I would assume gets another boss fight, and I will have a tutorial on that soon. So if you do enjoy this tutorial, a like and a subscription would be very much appreciated. Now, I just need to say that the gameplay that you're watching within the background is actually leaked gameplay. I'm currently recording this video before the game is even out. I was planning on getting myself an early copy of Call of Duty World War II myself, but unfortunately my guy fell through. So the gameplay you're actually watching in the background is leaked gameplay. If you're unaware, leaked gameplay gets void of any copyright. Since all the copyright gets forwarded to Activision, it's therefore open to the public, essentially Creative Commons. But this footage that you're watching within the background is actually from Ultra. I will leave a link to his Reddit account down in this video's description. Make sure you go check him out. He's provided a ton of leaked gameplay, which is going to be a great help in pre-recording all of these videos. But with that out of the way, let's get into the tutorial. So in order to go ahead and get yourself the fireworks achievement, you first of all need to go ahead and get the power turned on the map. So to turn on the power within the map, there are going to be 3 different valves located within the spawn kind of area called Village Square. You need to turn all 3 of these valves. The first one can be located here, so go ahead, turn that valve. Now that you've turned the first valve, go over, locate the second valve where you can see the gameplay of on screen, go ahead and turn that valve. Then find the third and final valve and turn that valve. You can turn these 3 valves in any particular order. Now that you've turned those 3 valves, you will then be able to unlock the sewer section of the Final REICH. Alright, so after you've gone ahead and turned those 3 valves, if you head over to the central area of the village square, the middle area, you will then be able to press square, which will shoot down an airplane right where the gameplay is on screen. And what will happen is a ton of these pests will then spawn in, a big swarm of them. These are the sort of fire flaming zombies, and they will blow open a hole which will allow you access to the sewers. Now that you have access to the sewers, you will be able to go over here and turn on a generator. Now that you have the generator turned on, it will open up the bunker section of the Final REICH. So once the bunker is open, make your way into there, and you will see that in the middle of the bunker there will be a device that needs to be cranked. So all you need to do is hold square and you will crank it up, and then it will open. Now that you've done that, there are going to be 2 doors that you will see that will lead to power switches on either side of the crank. So what you need to do is you need to turn on both switches. So run over to the first switch, which you can see on screen, activate that power switch. Now that you've activated that first power switch, make your way over to the second power switch and run where I'm running on screen, or the gameplay should I say is running on screen, and activate the second power switch. And once you've done that, a door in the middle of the bunker will now be able to be purchased for 1,500 jolts, and that's that. You have the power on for the map. Now, to progress with the Easter egg, you will also need to go ahead and get yourself the Tesla Wonder Weapon, as well as open up the Pack-a-Punch. So now that you've gone ahead and unlocked that door that can be purchased for 1,500 points, simply go ahead and open it and enter the door. You will see that there'll be a pathway, and you'll see a room with the statue of Barbarossa within it, and there'll be 3 pillars. So what you need to do is you need to press square on the pillar in front of the statue, which will activate the voice transmission unit. Now that you've activated the voice transmission unit, you will need to start getting kills around this unit, which will cause the zombies to become electrified when you're getting the kills around it, and that will collect their souls. So you need to just kill an absolutely ton of zombies by this voice transmission unit, and eventually you will have killed enough of the zombies and enough souls will have been collected. You will then see that after you've gotten enough kills and after you've collected enough souls for the voice transmission unit, you will see that that the voice transmission unit will then move to the main area of the bunker above that device that we needed to crank earlier, and you will see that the lights will also shut off on the device, and you'll then be left in the dark after filling all of the souls. It's quite creepy indeed, but after you've done that, you then need to head upstairs, and you will see that on the ledge there will be another device. So press square on this device and it will move the voice transmission unit to the next area. Now that the voice transmission unit is moving once again, it will have a glowing circle around it. Now once again, you need to kill zombies within the circle to keep on powering the voice transmission unit and keep it moving. So make sure you're getting kills within the circle, don't get them out of the circle, otherwise they will not count. So after you've gone ahead and killed enough of the zombies within the circle, the voice transmission unit will then go inside of a generator. So simply press square on it and you will get a piece of the Tesla weapon. There you go, that's the first piece done. Now that you've gotten the first piece of the wonder weapon, you then need to follow the voice transmission unit and you need to get kills in the circle again, and after you've gotten enough kills, it will place itself within another generator and it will allow you to pick up another piece of the Tesla weapon. Once you've gotten that next piece of the Tesla weapon, head back over to the main area of the bunker and there will be a flamethrower zombie, and essentially he's going to be quite difficult, but he'll have a flamethrower and he will spawn in and you just simply need to kill him. So make sure you don't die by his flamethrower, but yeah, once you've gone ahead and killed him, you will see that in the same area there will be a crafting table, so you will then be able to place the Tesla weapon parts and wait a few seconds for it to charge up. After it's charged up, you will then be able to press square and you'll pick up the Tesla weapon. Now there you go, that is pretty much the entire tutorial for getting this Tesla wonder weapon. Okay, so now that you've gotten yourself the Tesla wonder weapon, to progress with the Easter egg you also need to have the Pack-a-Punch open. Now it is recommended to get the Pack-a-Punch open before you get the Tesla wonder weapon, but you can do these two things in any particular order. You will then see this door that can be bought for 1,500 jolts. Go ahead and buy that door and it will take you down to a room with a cage, and what you need to do is go over to this cage and press this red button in the middle of it and it will raise the cage a little bit. You then need to head over to the tower outside of the spawn after you've done that, and there is going to be a little chute. So all you need to do is take the chute down. You will then head into a room and you will see that the cage will again be behind a gate, and you will have landed next to another red button. So all you need to do is press it to once again raise the cage a little bit more and the gate will open. Now that you've done that, you need to head to the main area of the bunker, and on the right hand side is once again another chute. So once again enter it and press on another one of these red buttons. Once you've gone ahead and pressed on this red button, head over to the laboratory section of the final Reich and enter yet another chute. Now that you've entered that other chute, there will be another red button, so press that red button once again to raise the cage a bit more. After the cage has been fully raised, it will then reveal the Pack-a-Punch machine, and you can go ahead and Pack-a-Punch any of your weapons for 5,000 points, and it's that simple. Alright, so now that you've gotten the power turned on, you've gotten the Pack-a-Punch unlocked, as well as you've gotten yourself the Tesla wonder weapon. Bear in mind the Tesla wonder weapon can be upgraded, I'm going to have other videos showing you how to do that. You are now ready to progress with the Easter egg to make your way over to the boss fight to complete the fireworks achievement. So head back over to the room with the Barbarossa statue and activate the pillar with his hand by pressing square on it. Now that you've done this, head over to the command room within the bunker and activate the backup generator across from where you built the Tesla weapon. Directly next to it, you will see that there is a device to change the circuit. Turn this device once. Now head down to the Pack-a-Punch to change the circuit. Turn the device once. Once you've gone ahead and done that, directly on the right of the riverside entrance coming from the Pack-a-Punch room is another device. Once again, turn it once to change the circuit. So now that you've changed the circuit, head over to the pub to activate another one. So go ahead and activate another one of these circuits, and once all four have been activated, a panel will then slide up covering the control panels. So what you need to do is you need to repeat this exact same process for a second time. But once you've done that for a second time, head over to the tower and you will see that there is going to be a lightning rod in the middle of it. Now what you need to do is you need to hold square to charge up this lightning rod. So charge up the lightning rod, and at this point you will start to see that zombies will start attacking the lightning rod, and what you need to do is you need to protect this lightning rod. After you have protected the lightning rod. Now after you've protected this lightning rod, directly to the right and left of the lightning rod are going to be 2 more of them. So simply activate both and once again protect both of these rods at the exact same time. So protect these rods, and once you've finished protecting them, you then need to go over to Barbarossa's statue room and press square on the pillar with the right hand to turn it on and reveal a symbol on the floor. Now that this symbol is on the floor, you need to head over to the village square and you'll see that there'll be a zeppelin which will now be flying in the sky. Every few seconds it sends down electricity, shocking and damaging you. What you need to do is you need to shoot down the zeppelin, so simply shoot it down. Now that you've shot down the zeppelin, a piece of the zeppelin will fall down onto the ground and you need to stand next to it and get zombie kills. So simply get zombie kills by this zeppelin piece. After you've fully charged it with zombie kills, pick up this zeppelin piece and take it over to the left hand pillar. Once you've taken it over there, simply wait for the zeppelin to return, which is possibly the next round. If not, just wait and it will eventually return, and you need to repeat this process 2 more times. So do this process 2 more times, and after this you're going to need a bomber head. Now how you get this bomber head is you get this from killing a bomber and pressing square on his head. Now one of the bombers you do actually encounter when you're on the final step of going and getting yourself the Tesla wonder weapon, so you will have already gotten this if you followed this guide through. But anyways, you hold this head like an uplink ball, and basically when you press L2 on it, it will activate zombie vision, which will shine the zombies' eyes on paintings around the map. Now each painting that you shine on with this head will reveal a Roman numeral as well as a symbol. These symbols correlate to the symbol that appeared in front of Barbarossa's statue after you activated the hands, and to a pillar in the middle of the room. Each side of the pillar is depicting the symbols from the painting. Match each symbol from the painting to the one on the pillar, and then after you've done this, it will take a bit of time. You're probably going to have to try this a couple times to get perfect. It really isn't that hard, but after you've done this, press square the amount of times the Roman numeral was. For example, if a painting had a bird with outstretched wings and a 4, activate the symbol 4 times on the pillar. So that's just an example. So after correctly matching up all 3 of the symbols and numbers, the big Barbarossa statue will start to glow. So after this big Barbarossa statue starts to glow, press square on it and it will take you to the boss fight. So okay, so once you get to the boss fight, you will have this big boss zombie and a zeppelin will spawn in. What you have to do is you have the entire village square area to run around during the boss fight. So what you need to do to defeat this boss is you need to shoot the zeppelin to drop another battery core and kill zombies till it's done being filled. So simply collect zombies by this battery core. So once you've fully filled up the battery core from the zeppelin, shoot the big boss until he's damaged and collapses. When he's collapsed, you will be able to pick up the fuse and press square to place it in him. Now in order to fully defeat the boss, you need to do this a total of 2 more times. You need to then go ahead and shoot the boss zombie until he collapses, but this time he will fully die and the Easter egg ending cutscene will play. Now once again, I need to reiterate that this is not the final cutscene, this is the main quest for the map. So this is completing the fireworks in the Final Reich, receive the artifact achievement. However, as I said, there's still the Dark Reunion in the Final Reich Save Klaus achievement, which I will be having a full Easter egg guide for later on. That the Dark Reunion achievement is going to be the continuation to this Easter egg, because the cutscene that you get for defeating this boss shows that the zeppelin explodes and it kills the boss, and you see that Klaus falls somewhere but you don't see where he goes, because obviously Klaus had been eaten, sort of entrenched by this boss zombie, so he falls somewhere, we don't know where he goes. So there's still going to be more to the Easter egg after this cutscene. This is just the first ending cutscene, this is the ending cutscene to the fireworks achievement, but there is going to be a continuation to this Easter egg, which is Dark Reunion, which I will be having a full guide for. As I said, I would assume we get another boss fight and a ton more cutscenes as well. Since we got 2 cutscenes for this boss fight, we'll most likely get maybe 2 cutscenes for the Dark Reunion boss fight as well, or maybe even more cutscenes, but I will be having a full guide for that, obviously, once the Easter egg is fully complete. But this is just for the fireworks achievements. Without further ado, I'm going to leave you guys with the cutscene for defeating this boss. So anyways, thank you for watching and enjoy.